Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. People also know that you can't get the same kinds of investment goods everywhere in the world, like in the Philippines or Nigeria. For instance, you can't put money into Tesla. You can't put money into Apple. You are limited in what you can do, so you can't. But this is the first globally homogeneous object that can be split up into smaller pieces. You can put 10% of your salary in, then. This is a big deal because it means that money is being put into building up the new internet infrastructure. This is something that everyone can use. Bitcoin Bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to use. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We'd also like to use this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. And we read all of them. The best part is that it's free. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Sign up for Bitcoin Bubble right now and enjoy the new edge. In today's movie, Raoul Pal talks to Binance CEO Richard Tang. Binance is one of the biggest names in the cryptocurrency world. Today they talk in depth about the past, present, and future of crypto, as well as how Binance is still changing and where the cryptocurrency space is going next. One thing that really hit home for me is that the Filipino guys who cut my hair here in the Cayman Islands are all crypto junkies. I asked, why are you all so interested in crypto? They said, well, we just use stable coins to send money back to our families. They were trading crypto, which was a big deal for them. I thought, okay, yeah, it really does have that duality. Getting people who don't have access to dollars to move money around. What I mean is that this is a fractalized euro-dollar market. This means that you can't easily get dollars if you're in the Philippines, India, or anywhere else. You can get into the dollar system here. But there are also chances to make money by investing in this area. It's also very interesting. So I also run an asset management business, which is one of my other jobs. The fund is made up of hedge funds. So we put our money into crypto hedge funds. It's mostly made up of 4 institutions and family offices. The government is still slow. The US is still not fast. Europe and Switzerland are ahead of the UK by a little. It's not really yet. A lot of institutions don't seem to be adopting it. The main point is that it's coming, but they're already working on it. That's why we're seeing trading houses add crypto offices a lot more. Yes, we're seeing a lot more of. We're also seeing family offices do things. I think family offices are very big in this area, that's right. Putting more resources into this place. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? So, it will kind of take some time because when it comes to sovereign wealth, like the big institutions and endowments, they usually have a process that takes a long time to get everyone on board and working together. It takes some time. Family offices, on the other hand, can act right away if the head of the family office decides to. As you can see, there is a lot going on in the family office. The family offices are where I think of the biggest pool of professionally managed crypto capital that isn't in one of the big trading shops. When I look at the venture capital market, I see that most of the money comes from family offices. Yes, they are coming in a big way. And I think that once the organizations are much more at ease after doing their research, they'll be the next big bridge. Donald Trump, the Republican candidate for president and former president of the United States, says he wants to make the US the crypto capital of the world. If he wins the race for president in November, it took Trump an hour to get up on stage and talk to the crowd at the Bitcoin 2024 meeting in Nashville, Tennessee. Trump told the Bitcoin community that he had a lot of respect for them and that this was like the steel business when it was new. He also said that Bitcoin would one day be worth more than gold, saying Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology, as you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement. Trump quickly changed the subject to criticizing his opponent in the election, saying, I have an opponent with a low IQ. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about her, he said, referring to Kamala Harris, who is expected to be the Democratic Party's candidate for vice president. Later, the former president talked about the energy needed by Bitcoin and AI. He said that fossil fuels would be used to make so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, President, sir. We have too much electricity. He also said again that he wanted to get rid of government tax breaks for companies that make electric cars and charging stations. Trump said he thinks he would be a good choice for people who are interested in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. He told the crowd over and over that they would be very happy with his work if he was chosen. Then he asked the people in the room to thank him for the work he was going to do. We will mine, mint, and make crypto in the United States if it's going to shape the future. They say that. Bitcoin is going to the moon, and I want to be the American that sends it there. If you compare this to the events on July 26th, Edward Snowden was one of the guests who got the most attention. His message was completely different from the ones being spread by the politicians and hopeful U.S. congressional candidates who were there. Snowden didn't push Bitcoin as a political tool. Instead, he told people to vote and not join a cult. The main point of his speech was to warn people that politicians who back Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies just to get more votes are not from our tribe. During his whole speech, Snowden spoke softly and said that people who use cryptocurrencies should still be careful. Even if you have to vote for them, don't give them everything they want. Set your own goals first. As this business grows, I think it's possible to make a lot of money and share it with a lot of different people who aren't included. This is something we talked about on a larger level. From my point of view, this business will grow from about $2.5 trillion now to probably $100 trillion by 2032 or so. That is just extrapolating the standard curve for adoption. You are not doing anything strange. The increase in value from 2.5 trillion to 100 trillion would be the fastest and biggest income gain in history, but this time it's in the hands of many people. This changed the way stores work. The stores are in front of the schools. People have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to invest in and own this part of the internet's infrastructure. And that is very democratic and fair in ways that the current banking system doesn't pay attention to. Yes, for the beautiful way you said it, right? Retail investors have moved ahead of institutions in this one asset class only. All of that asset class was bought by institutions, which then tried to sell it to regular people. So this is an interesting business to keep an eye on. I've seen crypto and I've been all over the world by extensive. Crypto has changed the lives of a lot of important people for me. For some, that's part of the fun. People stop me all over the world and say, "Thank you for changing my life." It's not me. It wasn't changed. Crypto made life different for many. It has really done. I think we can all be proud of the small part we will play in changing people's lives. That's the more important thing. That's what wakes me up in the morning and makes me think, wow, this is really cool. Also, the cool people who are there. The people business is just great. It's true. There are lots of nice, cool people in this room. That's some of the last stuff. A person who studies Bitcoin thinks that the spot Ethereum exchange traded funds ETF may have come out too soon and could put Bitcoin's price at risk if no new money comes into the market. Charles Edwards, founder of Capriol Investments, told Cointelegraph that it would have been better to only have the BTC ETF in 2024. He says that buyers who already have money in Bitcoin will be distracted by the new Ethereum ETF. The big investors who already own BTC ETFs probably think they should spread their risk a bit and buy Ethereum ETFs, even though the market as a whole doesn't need any new money to come in. Edwards said that this puts all kinds of pressure on Bitcoin. Farsight Investors data shows that since spot Bitcoin ETF started on January 11th, about $17.53 billion has flowed into the 11 products. Trading Gear data shows that Bitcoin's dominance has stayed pretty stable since Ethereum ETF started on July 23rd. It's only gone up 0.07% in the last 24 hours. On July 23rd, the first day that spot Ethereum ETF traded, $78 million was taken out of the spot Bitcoin ETF TF. However, $44.5 million and $31.1 million came in over the next 2 days. Still,